Hello guys, hope you can see this. Welcome back to another video. I'll make this one, try and make my videos a little bit informative, or you can learn something each time you watch a video, hopefully, that you can go away and think, okay, that's a nice little skill I've learned. I think that's quite a nice thing to be able to do from videos, that you can say, you know, I've learned something from that, because sometimes you can watch videos and you don't learn anything from it. So some little beginner tips, because I want to try and focus most of these videos on you don't know a lot about engraving, or you're just starting out. So as you can see from what I am showing on the camera, this is basically, I've transferred my design onto a piece of mild steel disc. Just zoomed out there a little bit. And that disc is hot glued on, which is quite a nice little technique to fixing work to an object, and basically stopping it from vibrating or moving when you're engraving, which is not, you definitely don't want that, because vibration is a killer and it can ruin your work very easily. So make sure your work's fixed down properly. So that's tip number one. Transferring work can be a bit of, I can't make the mic, it's probably very loud, can be quite troublesome sometimes. It can work very well, it can work kind of well, and it can work very poorly or not at all. And it can very depend. So I use an acetone technique. Basically, you print out your design that you've drawn, or you've got off the internet, your template that you want to engrave, and you can then transfer that onto your metal using acetone. And this is where you need to know, it's very important to know what kind of acetone to use, because it can be, I've got a big bottle of pure acetone that I bought off Amazon, and which I've used and doesn't work, and I don't know why. So you think pure acetone is what you want, and I think in some cases it works fine, but I haven't had any luck with it. I've also used nail polish remover, which does work, but this is, again, it depends on what nail polish remover you use. I have tried this stuff, Cutex Care, ultra powerful, since 1911. Yeah, it doesn't work. Tried that, it doesn't work with the paper, or for whatever reason it doesn't. You put it on and it almost disappears, evaporates so quick that it doesn't actually transfer your design. Oh, you can get a bit of view of what I'm doing here, maybe. So, and what does work for me, which people might find interesting, is nail polish remover, but it's Boots one. Boots nail polish remover. It's just their standard basic 250ml bottle, and I think there must be something in here, like some sort of oil or something that seems to enable the transfer to work a million times better. I'll make a video probably on the weekend showing people how to do the transfer with this nail polish remover successfully to a pretty decent degree, in which your line work is visible decently. The one I've done here is okay, but some of the fine, smaller work will be slightly hard to see, and it can be a bit troublesome, which you can go over there and again with a pencil or a scribe to make it a more visible line. So there you go. I will make that video probably on the weekend, and we'll get that uploaded for you. So I'm going to do, I think, just a little bit of shading here. I'm just kind of finishing off. I'll zoom in a bit here. Oh dear. Sorry about my hand. I don't know how visible this is. I really need to set up get a proper setup at some point. I'm literally just using my iPhone camera. It's an iPhone X. It's okay, but the digital zoom is not ideal. So, right, enough talking. Let's have a little look, shall we? So, down my scope, I can see my line work, and there's a few nice places here that I can show you kind of some good spots for, or some nice easy spots to do some shading on. So I'll grab my little pencil. I recommend getting, this pencil is not ideal at all. It's just a mechanical pencil, which just, you know, twists in and out, and you can kind of, it has a reasonably fine point to it, but it's not ideal. It's probably too thick. Really, you want a very fine needle point, sharp point that you can accurately add a line. So I'm just going to do not a lot here because I'm just finished this. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to kind of start with this, that I can show you easily some rough shading. So I think I'll do some leaves, because leaves are actually reasonably easy to kind of get you warmed up into the idea of engraving. Sorry. So I don't know if I need a pencil here. I'd usually use a pencil on some of these larger pieces just to give you a slight guideline to where you want to kind of start your line. So yeah, don't worry too much about that, but it can be useful. It can be useful. So for these leaves, I'm just going to go straight ahead and chuck in some shade lines using a 120 graver, if that's interesting for you. So just start off at the top here, and just start fine. You're almost not really tilting your graver at all at the start here. It's almost, you're almost hardly doing anything with your graver. You're just applying the pressure to the pedal, and then slightly increasing your power towards the bottom of the cup. I don't know how much you can see of what I'm doing here. Probably at the ideal angle. I'm really sorry about that. I do want to sort it out at some point. The problem I have is that I don't have a trinocular, so I can't add like a camera to the top of my microscope, which I'd really like to do, so I can give you guys a better shot of what I'm doing. It'd definitely be a lot handier. So I'll continue doing this on another leaf on the other side. So same thing, starting almost invisible. You can really hardly even tell you're putting any pressure on the graver. And then just following it down towards the base. Not bad, no, it's just slightly finer shading on one side than the other, which is fine. Don't worry, you don't need to worry about this kind of stuff. This is stuff you learn. Honestly, sometimes symmetry can be quite a complicated thing, and it is quite a complicated thing. And understanding, you know, your lines and where they're going and your distance between them, it's all like a learning process. And always think like that. That everything you do is something you can learn, and a mistake that you can remember. So that's a good thing to take away from this, if anything, that mistakes are very useful. So I'll continue around here. Again, I apologise if you can't see what I'm doing. I will sort it out hopefully at some point. Same thing. Keeping your lines as parallel as you can. Make sure your distances are pretty equal. Okay, not so bad. You can go. I'll go over this at some point with these lines. I'll do a little slight bit of cross hatching on here, on some of these leaves to give you that nice bit of depth in there. How long is this video going? 11 minutes, I think. So yeah, that's really these leaves. You just keep your lines parallel and following them into the bottom, keeping everything nice and tight, and you'll get a good result. So there we go. That's a last little bit of shade in there that you can work from. Gonna do a little bit of mill. It's heater on. I've got a heater on next to me. It's absolutely blasting out heat. I think something's burning, but it is nice. It's getting pretty cold these winter months coming up. So I think I'll leave it at that tonight. I think I'll leave it at that. I've got some other things to do tonight, but it's a work in progress, and it's a nice little project to have. And definitely, if you're at home and you're starting learning engraving, have a little project, very handy, and it will keep you motivated and busy and wanting to learn more. So, thank you for watching. Again, like I said, I'll have a video. I'll upload this probably tonight in its pure form, so you can watch it and hopefully learn something. And then I will make a video on the weekend, probably Saturday, and I'll show you how I do my transfer. And I'll try and set up a slightly different angle with my camera, getting a better, probably like a top-down view or something that I can work out something for the video to make it a bit better for you guys to see. But yeah, and I'll show you how I transfer successfully. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on Saturday.